welcome to the first annual Captina Duck Dash. That's right, yes! This incredible event is for this wonderful agency, the Captina Conservancy. I'm Dimitri Vassilaros. I'm a talk host, 106.3 The River, and I've got somebody very, very special for you to meet. So what is your name now?
Hi, I'm Ellie Ewing. I'm the Executive Director at Captina Conservancy.
Great. And what exactly is Captina Conservancy?
We're a nonprofit land trust. We do land protection and water protection, hiking, education, and outreach.
Great. And what exactly is the Captina Duck Dash?
It's our first annual fundraiser. We're doing it to help support the Captina Conservancy. Folks have adopted rubber ducks. We're going to get them out here in the creek and race them down to see who wins.
Really? Okay, so how much did it cost to adopt a rubber duck?
It was $10 for one duck or $25 for three.
Oh, really? And how many ducks did you sell?
We sold over 250 ducks.
All right, let's hear it. Oh, yeah.
We sold out on our first event.
That is fantastic. And so walk me through the race now. Where are we right now?
Right now we're in the South Fork of Captina Creek at beautiful Rainbow's End, which is owned by a private group who opens this property up to the public. And we're going to be racing here, starting here at the start, and we'll go about 20 minutes down the creek to the end.
All right, and so walk me through this now. The ducks are all going to be released at the same time at this part of the creek?
Yes, so the rules are we have all of the ducks in tubs. We're going to give them all a big start, and they'll float down the creek. We have a prize for last place. So
sounds like my kind of contest. That's great.
And for last place, once the ducks get through, the main ducks get through, we'll free any stuck ducks. So nobody's going to be left behind. Nobody's going to be in the creek.
No ducks left behind.
That's right. And so we're not going to leave any impacts, and we'll keep all the ducks racing.
All right. So we've got a prize for the slowest, the most pathetic duck. And then, but you also have prizes for the top four. So like the fourth place duck is going to get what?
Fourth place is $50. Third place is $150. Second place is $250, and the winning duck gets $500.
My goodness gracious. So do the ducks have names?
Some people have named their ducks when they adopted them. You didn't have to, but we have some really great duck names.
Like what?
We have some racing names like Just in Time and Willie Make It. We have some action duck names like James Pond and Duck Norris. So people got really creative, which is fun.
All right. Now, in light of what happened at the Kentucky Derby, after you get the winning ducks, will they have to be tested to make sure they weren't on any kind of steroids or anything like that?
No, the ducks have been, in our control the whole time. So we know they're all on the up and up.
Great. Now, there are an awful lot of people who've been very, very good to the Captina Conservancy and have really been very helpful with this first annual Captina Duck Dash. Tell me some of their names. In fact, tell me all of their names.
I'll do all the names I can do. We had some incredible sponsors for our first year. So our top duck VIP sponsor was Horseshoe Bend Golf Course, located right along Captina Creek. So we're thrilled to be able to partner with them. We also had sponsorships from the Flower Gardens in Barnesville, Beidenbach Surveying, Ron and Carol Preston, the Village Hardware, Barnesville Rotary, Raven Rocks Incorporated, Stauffer's Construction, and Leslie and Dimitri Vassilaros.
Wait a minute. I contributed some money? I'm going to have to talk to my wife about this one.
Maybe just Leslie then.
That's probably is a lot better, yes. And there are an awful lot of people here, an awful lot of volunteers. I can't count how many, but you can hear there are a lot of them.
Yes.
So who are they?
Well, we wouldn't be able to do this today, so we have great support from our partners at Belmont Soil and Water District. So thank you to Hannah and Sterling and Becca who came out today. Our partners at Olney Friends School, Phineas and Boats came today. We have our board members who are always great volunteers and supporters, Leslie, Gary, and Mike. Our partners from Belmont Community Improvement Corporation, Crystal and Julie, our intern Brittany, and I think that I got everybody, and of course, thank you for being here today.
Happy to do it. By the way, how about a big round of applause for the executive directors making all of this happen?
One more that I can't leave out. JB Digital Media has helped us out here today so that we were able to show the race to everyone. Because we couldn't plan it as an in-person event, we wanted to be sure that everybody that adopted a duck got to see the race. So we have a professional level quality of video here today, and we couldn't have done it without them.
Well, I hear that Jonathan, who's the brains behind the operation there in Barnesville, is really, really good at this.
Yes, he's done great work for us before, so we're happy to get to work with him again.
Excellent. Now, if people want more information information about Captina Conservancy, how do they do that, Ellie?
Our website's a good place to start, captina.org, or you can stop by our office in Barnesville anytime.
Great. And do we also get these neat T-shirts like the kind you have?
We have some cool shirts this year. We've about sold out of our T-shirts too, but next year, definitely be sure to come get your duck. We'll do a different T-shirt every year.
Fantastic. So what do we do now? Is there anything else I should have asked you so you can share this information with all of our friends, viewers, listeners, or have we covered the main points of this incredible first annual Captina Duck Dash?
Well, that was going to be the last point, is just that we are hoping to make this an annual event, and that next year we can have it in person with spectators so everybody can get to watch the race live.
Fantastic. All right, how about a big round of applause for Captina Conservancy and for Ellie and everybody else who's involved. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What happens now?
Now we get to start the race.
All right, that is next. 260 ducks adopted by friends and supporters of this wonderful organization will be racing down a beautiful 550-foot section of Captina Creek. On your marks, get set, go! And away they go. 260 ducks adopted by friends and supporters of this wonderful organization are now heading down Captina Creek. The first annual, that's right, the first annual Captina Duck Dash has gotten off to an incredible start. And yes, there's a beagle over there on the right-hand side, the left-hand side, who is monitoring the race here for us. We have no idea who the beagle belongs to. We have the ducks, and they're all pretty much clogged up here at the beginning of this race. Now, the racing weather conditions are ideal. It is sunny. It is warm. The creek is clear. It is moving quickly, maybe a little too quickly. The vast majority of the ducks are in the main section of the creek, but there are some on the far left side and a few starting to stray on the far right side, and that could lead to trouble, because if they don't stay in the right part of the creek, then they could end up on the riverbank, or worse, they could be swirling around in a whirlpool, never going anywhere. Not unlike some people's careers, I guess mainly mine. All right, so here we come now to the first section where the rocks are. This could be very problematic for these little rubber ducks. Certainly they are resilient, but you just never know how they're going to be dealing with this. And they're starting to go around the rocks. That's okay. That's good. They're figuring it out. And most of them have gotten around the rocks there. And behind us, in the back part there, you see the duck herders. They are the ones who make sure that all of the little rubber ducks are going down Captina Creek. And be careful, because some of them just might end up losing their footing and ending up in the creek. It is treacherous conditions. The water is cold. The rocks are very slippery, and it's very easy to fall. But they're doing a magnificent job. All these wonderful volunteers. Oh, look, there's a breakaway pack now in the front part. And that's 1, 2, 3, leading the way. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, now the faster ducks are starting to take the lead, and they're moving right around, maneuvering brilliantly right around the rocks. And you can see the speed now. The water is really picking up. Oh, there's some ducks who are going backwards over here to the left-hand side. And we have a number of cameras that are set up all up and down the race. And here it's at almost a water level. You can see the ducks. And again, some of them are facing forward, some are facing backwards. It doesn't matter. They're just going down. And now taking another look here, about 300 feet into the race, we have the leaders. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. The first 5 are going to be getting prizes, and the last one as well. The other ducks are starting to be some distance now. Starting to be some distance. You can start making out the clear winners, but the race is far from over, and the currents can be very treacherous. If you're not in the right section of Captina Creek, you could end up in the riverbank. You could end up being stuck by trees. You could end up in a little whirlpool going round and round. Now, another view here, 200 feet into the race. You've got some clear winners here. We don't know who they are because, again, they're little rubber ducks, and so we can't make out the names. There's the first place right now. Who's leading in first place? And now we've got, oh, how sad is this? How sad. The slowest little rubber duck in the first annual Captina Duck Dash. But even that one's going to get a prize. Now, here's what I'm talking about. On the right-hand side, some of these ducks got into the wrong current and ended up now along the riverbank. And they're going to have a very tough time getting out from this because the way the currents flow, they almost traps them along the riverbank. They're going to need some human help. But some of these other ducks are actually mocking them by turning backwards, looking at them as they're going down the creek, sort of mocking them. It's really very unprofessional, I would say. But there's a lot of separation now with all of these little rubber duckies, and they're each going in their own separate way. And the key, again, is how the currents take them. And let me tell you, the currents can be very, very fickle. Oh, here's what I mean. Now on the left-hand side, look at all these ducks that have now been caught. And again, another angle here with the camera almost right at water level. There's the one last one. And now here are the other ones. Again, the scenery is just beautiful. Captina Creek, absolutely beautiful, beautiful scenery. And we don't know if that's some of the ducks are up there. There's the first place leader right now going through some of the rapids and doing fairly well. The second one not too far behind. And the third not too far behind. And here's some others who are going to try to catch up here. So the competition is, they're going off to the right. That's what I mean. They're going off to the right. If they start getting stuck in that whirlpool there, they're not going to be going anywhere. The other ducks are passing them. You can see that now. And so that's, again, there's another one going off way, and another one way far to the right. They've lost a lot of ground. 60 feet left here in this race. There's our leader again. We don't know if that's Clara or Creeper or Jack McQuack or Feathers McFluff or Feathers McFluff, Puddles, Dizzy Duck, Quackle-Doodle-Doo, Darkwing, Swashbuck Duck. We don't know if it's Quacker Jack, Sinker, Schwinn Fred, Lois, Gidget, Brandy, Lily Libby, Blue Streak. It's unbelievable. And here's some more now in the main part. They're in the right part here of the current, and you can see first place, second place, third, and fourth. And right there is pretty much the finish line. And so we're going to see now who these winners are. Although we're not going to announce the names, we'll have a big announcement here at the end of this where we'll line them up and then turn them over and we'll see who the big winners are. And we have many of our volunteers here who are keeping an eye on the ducks. And there's number one. Congratulations. Coming in at 6 minutes and 7 seconds. Number two at 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Number three at 6 minutes and a little bit longer than that. And number four. All right, so there we go. The numbers didn't quite add up, but that's okay. The 300-foot section. Now take a look at not only the duck. Oh, there's that poor last little duck again. Last place still wins $50 because that's Captina Creek, the Conservancy. These are wonderful people. Some of the ducks, again, are stuck along the riverbank now on the right-hand side as you're watching this. And so the volunteers, if you look very carefully in the back, the volunteers are there, the duck herders, who will make sure that every one of these little rubber ducks will end up back in the main part of the current, and so they will all finish, so there will be no littering of any type there. But so many of them are stuck there on the edge. There's nowhere to go, just drifting aimlessly in space, sort of like the way planet Earth is doing. Here's some other ducks who have some real problems here. Now they're stuck on the rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 or so of them. And again, way in the background there, you'll see the duck herders. Here we get a better view. And these poor people will be picking up these poor little stray ducks, putting them back in the main part of the stream. And take a look. Again, these are all volunteers, and they have gotten so wet. And here's how deep the water is. Take a look at the water levels of their pants. And also they have to be very careful now with the rocks because they are very slippery. Very easy to slip, very easy to fall, so you got to be very, very careful. But these are real troopers here, all four of them. They got wet all the way up almost to their waists, and they have to walk very, very carefully. Make sure they get all the ducks in there so that none are left behind. No duck left behind, ladies and gentlemen. No duck left behind. By the way, I want to thank our VIP sponsor, Horseshoe Bend Golf Course. Also want to thank the other sponsors, Flower Gardens, Beidenbach Surveying, Village Hardware, Wallace and Pancher, Barnesville Rotary, Raven Rocks Incorporated. We thank them all so very much. There's the end of the... Oh, here's another one that's really caught in a terrible situation here with a tree branch. And they're saved at the last minute by one of our many volunteers. And so, again, these ducks, they're hesitating. And I think the reason might be because the last duck wins the $50. And so now we seem to have a number of ducks who are purposely not wanting to finish the race because the last one is going to end up winning the $50. Now, all the other ducks who participated are now in that plastic container. And again, all the volunteers. Now, that man is not clubbing that little rubber ducky. It's not like clubbing a little baby seal, nothing like that. No duck was harmed in this race, at least not that we think so. And the duck herders now have pretty much done their job. They have just a few left. You see how deep this is. And note how gingerly, how carefully all the volunteers are walking. There's one little slip and you can actually go under. Not a good thing. And so we're still trying to encourage these ducks to finish the doggone race so we can go home and get dried off here. And so we're pushing them toward the finish line. It's going to be very, very close here at the end. But pretty soon we're going to see who that final duck is that's going to win the $50. And it looks like the three duck herders who are left there have found the final duck. Now it's going backwards. You see how it's going backwards toward the one volunteer? Oh, man, and there it is. The grand prize last place winner, $50. Oh, my goodness gracious. The first annual Captina Duck Dash. We can't wait till next year. We are here now. The race just ended. The Captina Duck Dash first annual just ended, and it was unbelievable. Again, we're here with Ellie Ewing. She is the executive director for Captina Conservancy. Ellie, that was an amazing race.
Yes, we had some really quick ducks through to the beginning of the race, and then some that took their sweet time.
Oh my goodness, yes. And tell me, why are you all wet?
Well, we had to go after every duck. Can't have any ducks left behind.
My goodness gracious, we almost lost Crystal there. Have you noticed?
She found her footing.
All right, great. So we've got all the winners here, and so we're going to do this in a very dramatic way because that's just kind of what we do. Okay, fourth place is duck number 578. Ellie, who is 578?
578 is Water Duck, adopted by Marsha Waters.
That's great. And fourth place is prize is what?
$50.
That's great. Congratulations. Good. Next, third place is duck number 503. And who is that?
That's Eggs Benedict, adopted by Sandra Fry.
Eggs Benedict?
Yes.
And what is the prize for third place?
Third place is $150.
$150. Way to go, Eggs Benedict. All right, now, second place. The runner-up, 572. And who's 572?
572 is Sunny Duck, owned by Sherry Carpenter.
Great. And what is the prize for second place?
Second place is $250.
All right, way to go. And now, the grand prize duck winner is duck number 51. Who is 51? Who is the big grand prize winner?
Our first place duck was Duck Norris, owned by Heather Metcalf.
And what is the grand prize for first place in the first annual Captina Duck Dash?
$500.
That's fantastic. And there's one last pathetic little duck, which is right over here. Let's turn this over and see what number this is. This is number 53. Who is the loser duck?
Our last place duck is owned by the Duck and Racers, Melinda Regoli.
And you have a prize for her as well.
$50 for last place.
That is fantastic. The first annual Captina Duck Dash, and there are going to be a lot more after this. Is that right?
That's right. We're hoping next year will be in person.
Okay, fantastic. And how do people get in touch with you again if they want to be part of this incredible event?
You can contact us at captina.org, has email addresses and all of our information.
All right, great. So anything else you want to say before we end this first annual Captina Duck Dash to all of our friends, all of our viewers?
Thanks so much to all of our supporters. It was a wonderful, fun event. Thanks to our volunteers and our sponsors, especially our VIP top sponsor, Horseshoe Bend Golf Course.